Hi, welcome to my classroom. I'm Megan Lavoie, and I teach along the design strand here at Simsbury High School. I've been teaching for 8 years. I love all of my classes. I teach photo, design, film, and animation. I'm also very heavily involved in the Simsbury Arts Academy that takes place over the summer here at the high school. It's a great opportunity for kids to keep art in their lives over the summer. Let's talk about some general things that occur in all of my classes first. This is just a slide showing an example of the different strands of where students can grow through each strand. This is something to consider if students really like Photo 1, for example, they can continue on to Photo 2, Portfolio Development, and eventually even the AP 2D Photography class. In all of my classes, the grading policy is very project based, and 70% of the quarter grade is based on the project. 15% is the journal or maybe some sort of homework that I might have, and 15% is levels of engagement, so the participation and the effort that is put on by the student. My half year classes do not have midterms, but they do have a final, which is 10% of the semester grade. Full year classes have the midterms, which is 5% of the year grade, and the final being 10% of the year grade. You can visit my teacher website. It has my email there and more information, including a detailed syllabus on every class. You can always email me at mlavoie@simsburyschools.net, and I highly encourage you to, if you have any questions or want to get in contact with me, I try to respond back within a 24 to 48 hour period. Just some general updates related to COVID. There's a picture of my classroom. I'm actually in a computer lab. It's great for already being distance and apart. Students aren't really on top of each other or anything. We have sanitation and sprays and supplies. Everyone sanitizes things. We've made it a point to not use communal items, and if we do, they are sanitized before another student is using it. General things that are required are somewhere to write things down, ideas. A sketchbook is idea, maybe even just pencils, markers. I have some of those things. I do ask that students have some sort of device to take photos and video. I have cameras to hand out to students. I even have art kits to hand out to distance learners. And then you need something to connect your camera to the Chromebook, or if you're using, let's say, your phone to take photos, some way to email yourself the images or using the Google Drive app. These are the things that are really referred to a lot heavily in my classes. The elements and principles of design are kind of those foundational building blocks in making a work of art dynamic and successful. We talk about all of these in all of my classes and how to use them to enhance the way the artist works. But more importantly, this year, we're actually going to be focusing on the way an artist makes work. So the studio habits of mind are here, and we refer to them in all of our art classes, especially because we're focusing on how to become a self-directed learner and how to start the process of making an art piece. It can be really uncomfortable when there's a lot of independence given to students if they're not sure where to start. And these are 8 different ways to make art. There are different ways and facets of the art making process that they will explore each and every single one of these. So for example, they may observe, maybe they're watching a demo. Understanding art worlds is something where maybe they're researching about artists related to the topic they're exploring. Stretch and explore can be practicing using different media and techniques with the camera, perhaps. So all of these will be reached. And if at any point students are confused or not sure what they're doing, they should be picking one of these to engage in and continue developing their work through. These also connect directly to our visions of the graduate, which you may have already heard. These are the things that students should and will be able to do by the time they graduate Simsbury High School. The one, especially during COVID, that's most important and emphasized is self-directed learner. So to hold students accountable for their self-directed learning, we have a weekly kind of check-in where students can write down what studio habit of mind they're exploring in that current unit or project. If they have questions, what kind of things they struggled with, success, so that they can have a place to actually monitor and jot down what they're thinking. And then I can go and work with them and help them, because every single student is going to be really independent in what they're trying to do. It's not like everyone is doing the exact same thing in the exact same day all the time. So this really allows the student to grow at their own pace and not be subjected to A plus B equals C kind of formula in the art room. My film and animation class is a full year class in which students work independently and collaboratively on different project units, where they are learning how to use tools in film to communicate and send a message or a narrative story. Storyboarding is a really important part of the process. That's where all of the planning and learning about camera angles and how to apply those things, mixing audio, how all of that comes together. And it's a part of every single unit and project that we do. Some examples of things that we work with, even the local community, are public service announcements such as the Connecticut Safe Driving Contest, learning also different animation techniques and things in the Adobe software suite, and even old fashioned drawing animation. Generally in the curriculum, we learn a lot about the actual what goes into making a movie, which can include all of the different kinds of roles, not just the filming of the scene and the acting, but there's also people who are putting these things together, the people who are doing special effects, the people who are doing makeup. All of that stuff is looked into and explored, and students can really gravitate towards their interests in this project, all of the projects actually. General objectives include learning how to use the studio habits of mind and elements and principles of design that I mentioned earlier, how to look at current artists and filmmakers of the past, and especially learning how to critique and discuss their own work and the work of their peers. Being able to analyze other work that's out there is important in understanding your own message and how viewers and audience members are going to interpret your work. So it's important to be able to know how to do that. Advanced film and animation is also a year long. This is an opportunity for students who have taken the previous course to expand upon their knowledge and their skills and making more independent choices about what they're exploring. All of the classes, whether in school or at home, have access to Video through the Google platform, and that is how we're going to be editing our videos. So, no matter what, students are very capable in using this technology. And I've gone over it a little bit. We've already started exploring some of it, and it's something that students can work together on or independently. And I'm even using it right now as I make this video. At the end of the year, there will be an art show or presentation opportunity for students. At the end of last year, when we were at home distance learning, our district worked really hard in creating a senior exhibition for students online and just general exhibition online for our art students where they could showcase their work and still have it available to the public. So, all of the efforts that the students are putting into their work is still going to be able to be presented to the community, whether that's here in person at the high school, like it normally happens every year, or whether that's through an online outlet. I just want to thank you for visiting my digital classroom tonight and remind you that there's my email, mlavoie@simsburyschools.net. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions or want to reach out. I'm really looking forward to working with students and seeing them this year. It's been really great to be back in the classroom, and I'm excited to see the work that your students are going to be making this year. They're a great group of students, and I'm already enjoying being back. Thank you.